Day 3, and I'm in Nebraska. Maybe, let's see, 100 miles from the Wyoming border. Then we'll have to get our permit. But today is December 1st, guys. It's December 1st. What have I learned since I started doing this job? I learned that I can survive in a truck, that I find other ways to make it easier for me to do things every day. I also realized that I don't need a shower twice a day, because my life before the full-time RV life and the RV transport business, I took 2 showers a day, and Robin used to give me shit. And now I don't take a shower for 3 days. I do take, sponge bath in a rest area sink. You will learn that skill. You'll learn, bring a towel with you, some soap, your toothpaste, all the stuff that you need, your deodorant. You can go in there and you can get the pit's not stinking and get the face as clean as you can. And it'll wake you right up. You'll feel good. So this job, you will learn how to take a bath in a rest area sink. That's one thing you're going to learn from this job. Just remember, as soon as I get in here to Wyoming, I'll turn this camera on and try to get us going through that port of entry. Make sure you get this permit. If you don't get it and they're closed, they've been closed before, and I've driven through there when they were closed, and it's like a $600 fine if you get pulled over and don't have that permit. People say you can go through these other second type companies that can get permits, and I tried the one, I can't remember what his list, America's, I don't remember what it was, but it's out east or something, and I called them and they didn't even know what I was talking about when it came to RV stuff. So then I called all the numbers for Wyoming, the numbers that they have, and I couldn't get anybody to answer the phone, okay? And then the lady that I talked to at the way station the next day, telling her, hey, how do I handle this problem so I don't get, and that's how I found out what the fine was. She said, well, you can call in and they'll just give you a permit over their phone, take your information and stuff. And then when you stop at the port of entry, then they can pull it up and put it in their system so that, if you're driving down the road and they check your license plate, you're okay. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense, because I would just stop if you're open. If you're not open and I want to buy something to protect myself, I can't do that. She says, well, you can do that if you can get a hold of somebody, but it's not active until you stop at a port of entry. Guys, you come into Wyoming, your port of entry. I don't see another port of entry till I'm out of the state. None of it makes any sense. Now, Wyoming, if you're watching my video, I'm sure you're not, but if you are, can you get with the century that we're in? This should not, I know it's Wyoming, and don't get me wrong, I like the slow pace of Wyoming. I like a lot of things about Wyoming, but you can't tell me that you guys are not smart enough down there where you can just put a little thing, on your website. You just click, put in your information, pay, and print. Come on. I mean, Idaho makes it so easy. Robin buys my permit before I even get there, and then it's on my phone, and if I need it, I print it off. But usually they say as long as you have, proof of it with you, you're okay. So, I don't know. So guys, just remember, lady says, well, you could just wait there. Wait there? You want me to wait there for 3, 4, 5 hours, or it'd be a day you guys are taking off because it's a holiday or something? Because every way station between Indiana and where I'm at right now has been closed. The one I just passed, I didn't get it on film because I wasn't ready, basically, but that one hasn't been open all year. The first one coming into by Lincoln now, that one's just started being open. So, and I know they've pulled a lot of guys in there and checked them over the last few weeks since they started opening that one up. But other than that, guys, there has not been anything open. So I'm sure hoping that Wyoming's open, and I'm not taking another chance, because I'm not going to wait there for a day. You just can't do that. You got to make money. You got to be productive. And if you got an opening for that weather, you need to take it. And right now, I've got an opening for the weather if I just keep doing what I'm doing. Okay. What else can I talk about? This bed setup, I'm telling you, last night I slept for 7 hours. First night I only slept maybe 3. And I think it's because it was the first night of using the heater and then getting used to the generator running back there. I don't really hear the generator until it kicks up RPMs for when the heater kicks on in here, okay? But I have a fan machine, and I put it in the back window instead of the side by my head, And that muffled it enough where I think it helped me sleep better, or just I got used to it. It's a second night. Whenever you change things, and when I get on the road, I think it takes me a couple nights to get used to sleeping back there and just the routine again. So that makes a difference. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I got a video out there about this generator that I bought on Amazon. And Amazon, when I bought it, says it runs for 6.5 hours on a little bit less than a gallon of gas. Well, since this heater only kicks on when the temperature drops in here, because I got it on the thermostat control on it, it's got this little remote and everything, and I set it at 80, and the reason I did that is because if I set it at 75, it doesn't kick on until I start to feel a little cold sometimes, because it's cold. It's been 18 degrees last night, 14 degrees the first night, but that thing will kick on and keep it warm. It'll kick on and it might be a little hot for a few seconds, but it tapers off. I mean, there's no insulation in this truck, so it tapers off. But by that thing just running like that, kicking on when it needs to run, I got 7.5 hours out of that generator. So tonight I'm just gonna set my timer on my phone for 7 hours, just so that I wake up. I usually don't sleep that long. Last night I slept good. I think I was just exhausted from going to Colorado to going to Indiana, getting the load, and then driving all the way to Grand Island. If everything works for you, you can go from Indiana to Grand Island, and your logs will get you right there with a couple minutes to spare. And that's what I try to do. Sometimes traffic's so bad in Indiana, I can't make that happen. And if every scale is open, and sometimes you get behind trucks, and if they don't just let you go by, some of them want you to go across and be weighed. That all takes away on time. But yesterday I just hammered right through, and I got there at like 8 o'clock last night, and I was asleep by 8:30. I dropped my bed, started the generator, had everything, text Rob and said, you know what, I'm going to sleep because I'm tired. I had to go through some snow last night too, in Council Bluffs, and even before Council Bluffs, and then all the way through Omaha. And about halfway to Lincoln, it was finally gone and clear. It's been clear all the way, and according to everything on the maps or the weather, it's supposed to be sunny once I get into Wyoming. It shows sun all the way up through Wyoming, and that's hard to believe, guys, because you get to that area between Laramie and Rock Springs, that can be nasty, and that's if you get from Cheyenne to Laramie. So the last video I had out there, I fought snow, and then once I got up there, then they closed the roads when I was already going. The first sign that I went through didn't say anything about 55-mile-an-hour winds or any of that stuff, and I'm like, all right, I'm good. Because usually they have a thing that they drop across the road, and if you're in a commercial vehicle, you'll get a ticket. But I went through there and it was fine. But when I got to the next point, it wasn't fine. And there's nothing up there but just, it's at the top, the wind blows across there, it's nasty. It's one place I didn't want to be. So I'm like, you know what? I'll push through to Laramie, and if it's worse, then I'll just stay in Laramie. And that's what I like to do. But I was able to keep going, but it got worse again, and accidents, and it was an adventure. So I'm not looking forward to that this time. I need a little bit of a break, and once I get through all that, it'll be good until I get to Oregon. Then there's a section there to get where I'm going to deliver that it's a kind of a big hill and ravines, and it's a chain area. Right now it shows it good, so I'm trying to just run my log books right out of time and just do that for the next 2 days, and then I'll be past all that stuff. So that's what I'm hoping. So, but this is the series we've been talking about. This will be the second video that gets put out. It's going to be probably today and tonight and maybe tomorrow stuff. I'm hoping I can get to a rest area and kind of show you the rest area, show you my routine, show you how everything works here. This is a really cool setup. I do have another heater that I bought that I've had before and other things that I ordered for this because I can mount it up higher. I'll show you later in the video if I get that. As soon as I get that chance, it might not. If it's daylight, I'll show it to you. I don't want to do it in the dark, but I will get in one of these series and I'll show you how my heater works. My only concerns with that heater there, it's fine with just me in the truck. Me and Robin both in the truck, it might be in the way. Plus I bought a little air conditioner type thing that you can drop some ice cubes in it, and my mom uses one all the time. She showed me hers, and it's what she uses to do her little apartment. And I'm like, God, that's all I need for this cab of this truck. So, and I got a freezer so I can keep some ice in there, ice cubes in there. And I thought, you know, I'll mount that where that heater is, and I'll mount my other heater up higher so it points down. Plus that one's a 500, 750, or 15. I only need a heater on 500 watts in this thing to keep it warm. I don't need 750 or 15. So if you guys you find yourself a little space heater that'll work in your truck, and it's a 500 watt one, that's what I would go with, because then if you want to plug your truck in and run that heater, you can do them both at the same time. That generator will run both of them. That's why I bought this one, because I'm like, you know what, I'll run it on 500, I'll plug the truck in, because if I would have went and took the route way up north, it's like 25 below zero in North Dakota and stuff, and I'm like, I ain't doing that. But sometimes that route's got clear weather when this route doesn't have clear weather. So, and I would plug this truck in. I've had this truck down to, you know, 12 degrees, 10 degrees, and it starts the next day just fine, but it's a newer truck, and some of you guys that got older trucks, that could be a problem. This one's getting miles on it, so it's getting older, so I want to be able to plug it in. But I'll show you all that stuff and how this thing works. But I've got this truck figured out. I mean, this, you can sleep in this. All I need is a shower and a toilet, and I'd have it made. And there's ways of doing that too. It's just, I don't really want to be popping up my little tent and kicking on my hot water and 12 degrees in a rest area. So I think if it gets that bad, I'm just going to stay in a hotel, or I'm going to go to a truck stop. I've been using my Comdata card this time so I can give more people more information on that and how I feel about that. Before, I only used it if I couldn't find cheaper fuel. Just for an example, okay, the Pilot is what we get our best prices on, is what I've been told. I mean, that's the app they got. We'll get little emails and stuff all the time telling us what we get free there and all that. But you want to download that Pilot app to your phone too, because it'll show you where the next Pilot is. And even if it's not a Pilot, somehow it's connected with Pilots, because the one I went to today did not say Pilot on it, had some other name, but the pumps looked the same, all the information you put in was the same, and I got my same discount, okay? But with the Comdata card, at that filling up there, I paid $2.83 for diesel per gallon, okay? And then the Casey's that I like to go to was $2.87 cash. So if I'd have just used my debit card on that one, because that one actually said cash. A lot of them don't do that. Sometimes you can use either one. I'll know if I swipe my credit card and the price changes, I'll cancel it and then I'll use my debit card. But I try to use the credit card to get the points. Everybody asks about the points on free hotel stays. So you got to work every angle, guys. You got to work every angle. But I was going there, and I knew and I knew there was a Casey's there, and I had both of the apps on my phone. I was checking prices, and because sometimes those are not correct on the app. I don't know how often they update that. But when I was pulling up there, I knew that it was $2.83. Actually, sometimes you don't even know that, because a lot of times my app will give me my personal discount price, but it won't give me my Comdata discount price. But I know what I've been paying at Pilots was $2.83. And when I was pulling up there, I saw the Casey's, and the Casey's was $2.87. And I thought, you know what, I got a bunch of money on that Comdata card, let's just go over there. And I wanted to see, I've been watching it, and it was $2.83. So if the Casey's, and it was afternoon and I wanted pizza or something, and it would have been $2.87, and I could have used my Capital One card, I would have just went there and got more points going towards our next hotels. So, but I'll do a video about, people keep asking about those cards that we use and these apps and the hotels we stay at, and me and Robin will sit down and we will do a complete video about the places we stay at, where we're going across the country, the best rewards we get, the programs you want to sign up for, all those apps that we're using, and we'll put that in an own separate video and talk about all that, because that's one of the things people keep asking about. So I'll work on that too. But this is where we're at, so let's just see how the rest of this day goes. All right, guys, we're in Wyoming. You have to drive like 30 miles into the state before you actually come to the port of entry. So if you're a new guy going to get into RV transport, yes, you'll drive in here 30 miles. And as soon as I got into Wyoming, there was no wind in Nebraska, and now it's windy, okay? It doesn't look bad enough to shut the roads down, but this is what happens. You'll drive all the way here and not see any problems. And as soon as you get into this state, everything changes. You can probably hear it in the video maybe, or at least you can see the trucks kind of blowing around a little bit. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad where I can just get over the top and get through this area. But yeah, I know a lot of guys, if they've never done, and I meet guys all the time, guys that have never been out west. I have met RV transporters that have never went out west and been working for the company for 2 to 5 years. And they're like, no, I don't go out west. I don't want to deal with that. And I'm like, okay. And they ask me about it because of the videos and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's, you know, it's the way to make money if you don't have to deal with the weather, basically. I mean, in this video, it should show by the time I'm done with this run in this series that this was a pretty simple, easy job if it works out that way. I mean, we have video out there where me and Robin spent 3 days in a hotel here. And finally, I got mad because they wouldn't let me drive up the road, at least legally, and Robin's with me. She will not let me bend the rules at all, that I left the back roads and went all the way to Montana and went around and made my delivery because there was no wind restrictions up that way. But I dealt with ice and snow and stuff, but there was no wind, so I could go that way. That's like I said, sometimes you can go that way, sometimes you can't. And look at the sign, it says open. Okay, so we're gonna pull in here. Now you will not go across the scales, guys. You're gonna pull in here, you're gonna go over and park, you're gonna grab your big pamphlet that you have from Wave, okay? Inside that pamphlet, you should have a registration to your vehicle, or like me, I have it on my phone too, but you should have a paper that's for Wyoming. Like I said in the other videos, make sure it's current. But you'll have a paper that is for Wyoming that you will have to hand the guy, and then either show him your registration or a picture, like I do of my registration on my phone. You'll have to do that. They used to let you take a picture of your license plate. They won't let you do that anymore. So you'll have to do that and then give them 20 bucks. And if you're like me, when I got fuel at the Pilot, I got an extra $40 in cash off my Comdata card, so that I had cash for this. And you know, make sure you're doing the speed limits through here. It was 30, now it's 15, because I'm sure if they want to randomly give you an inspection, they're going to do it because you just pissed them off for doing stuff like this. So you're going to go down in here and you're going to find a spot and you're going to pull in, and hopefully you go in here, you get your permit, you're in and out real easy, no issues. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So we will be back in a minute. Well, guys, we got through port of entry, no problem. Got our permit and everything. The lady told me that they're open from 6 to 9. I was like, really? So you can only get your permit from 6 in the morning till 9 p.m.? That's kind of crazy. So I wanted to throw that out there so you guys make sure that you're here between 6 and 9, or you're going to have to gamble like I did that one time. And she told me if you gamble, it's a $600 fine if they catch you. So I want to give you a heads up. But anyways, now we're on top. We're going through Cheyenne, and we're going to go over to those hills right over there, and we're going to drop down into Laramie. This is where the wind blows up here on top, and it blows across here and makes this black ice. My other video, this is some of the area that I was in. This can get so bad up here. So if this is the first time you've come across these videos, you've never been out here, you're gonna get into this thing, or you're an RV transporter deciding I'm gonna go out west too. Okay, these are the areas you want to be aware of because it can get bad. Now the wind's always blowing here. Right now the wind's blowing, and it'll even tell you that watch out, there could be gusts up to 40 mile an hour. Well, according to Wave, we're not supposed to drive in these wind conditions. These wind conditions are here all the time. So if you cannot drive in these wind conditions, then you can never deliver this through Wyoming, I'm telling you. I mean, it'll tell you that, I'm sure these gusts are probably 15 or 20 is what I'm thinking, because I've been through a lot worse than this, but that doesn't mean you're not going to come around a corner and a 40, hit you and blow you over. I mean, I got this 37-foot travel trailer. The only way this would be better is if I was hauling a fifth wheel. But these 37-foot Colemans, they handle the road pretty good. I've hauled a lot of these in wind in this dually, and having the hitch and everything set up and everything done right, I mean, you've got the best chance, but there's no guarantees, guys. I mean, I've been with guys that have been doing this their whole life and know what they're doing, and all of a sudden, one day they come around a corner and something gets them, and they had no clue that was going to happen. So I'm always prepared for that. But this is the area you want to pay attention, because when you get up here, it can be pretty bad, okay? And then once you start coming down the hill into Laramie, in fact, once we come around this curve, we'll get into the worst area up here. But once you come down the hill into Laramie, then you can stay there, or, a lot of times the bad weather will be here and it won't be on the other side. And then sometimes it won't be here and then it'll be on the other side. Like it was, last time I came through here, it was basically on both. It just was in different areas. I mean, they'll sometimes just shut this area down and the other area will be open. And you'll get through here and then they'll shut the other area all the way down to Rock Springs. So, I just want to give you guys an idea of what's going on up here. In case you've never done this before, let's see what this says right here. Slick spots, wind gust, 40 plus, turn cruise control off. Okay, and the reason it gets slick spots is because if there's any snow up here, the wind grabs it from around the snow fences and it blows it across here, and then it can freeze up. But right now it's 41 degrees, so I'm not worried about that. If it was under 32, I'd be a little concerned, but there's nothing coming there. I don't see anything on the road right now, guys, but this is the area right now. This is the bad area right here. And once you get past this, then you'll go down into Laramie. Now, I have been on this road. Me and Robin have been up here snowmobiling. We had our pickup truck with our trailer behind it and our snowmobiles, and it was lifted and had big ass tires, and those things suck on black ice and all that stuff. I literally couldn't even slow down. I couldn't do nothing. I just had to go about 25 mile an hour and just, every now and then I'd have to gas it a little bit just to get the front wheels to spin enough to straighten it out. But if you hit your brakes, you'd be in the ditch or you would be hitting somebody else. And the cars on this thing were just lined up. It was just, I wasn't worried about me not knowing how to drive on this. I was worried about one of those people up there being from another state, they going to California from New York or something and never have dealt with this stuff in Wyoming. And all they have to do is make one bad judgment, and 40 cars are up here in a pileup, and that's what happens all the time right through here. This is the bad area. I just wanted to show it in the video. You guys, you truckers that watch our videos, I know you guys have been through here. I know you tell everybody to stay out of here and avoid it, and don't, other guys will tell you, don't drive out west in the wintertime. Sometimes you have to, but you got to have a little bit of luck, and you got to pay attention, and you got to have timing. Timing's the most important thing. When I took this job, I knew, there's no guarantees, but I knew that I had a good chance of pulling this off. I was watching it before I grabbed the job, and then I saw the window, and I knew I had to get there, get it picked up, and get through this stuff because it can change. But I'm going to have to come back through here. The only difference is I'm going to be coming back through with just my truck and not somebody else's stuff that I have to worry about. So I feel a little better about that, even though I don't want to total out the truck either, guys. But you can see how open this is. See those fences way over there? Hopefully you can see them in the camera. Maybe I can turn it a little bit. No, wrong way. Let's go this way. You can see those over there. They're all over this place. That's what tries to stop the snow. Does it work? A little bit. Well, what happens, like right now when the snow is all melted and everything, they get a little bit of snow and a lot of it just blows through that fence. Now if they had, snow banks up here year round, then they can cut back a little bit, but the wind will blow so bad up here, it will blow 4-foot drifts across this right here. And they will shut the whole road down until they can get it all plowed and everything and get you through here. But I don't care. You can be coming through here in March, April, heck, you can come through here in May and something can happen up here. So you got to be prepared for this area. That's why a lot of people avoid Wyoming and they go up and take the top level and go across North Dakota and Montana and drop down that way. But I'm sure in this video you can feel the wind, or at least I can feel the wind. Maybe you can see it in the camera. So just wanted to throw this in here so you guys pay attention if you decide to do this. All right, guys, we're going to show you how to use your Comdata card, okay? Now have you remove your card. If you have rewards, put your rewards in there. Enter your vehicle number. If you don't have one, just make one. Enter. What are you going to get? We're going to get tractor fuel. We'll get DEF. And then put your employee ID in so that it works and you get your discount. And that's all you got to do, guys. It'll ask you if you want a cash advance. So if you need some cash on you, like I just paid for my permit, sometimes you can, see, right now it's asking me. I'm going to skip that because I don't need no cash. Don't need anything additional stuff. Continue. Remove nozzle. And let's fill this thing up, okay? Now, don't freak out about the fuel price or whatever it showed, because it will compensate it in the app. So whatever this price is, I always snap a picture of it and then I go and compare it to what they charge my card. And then I'll take whatever gallons I have and then I'll just divide it, and that's how I come up with my fuel price. Because it really doesn't show me on there. And even when I get the original receipt shows the full dollar amount. It doesn't show the discount. It doesn't show the discount on there. So you'll want to just check it in the app to make sure you're getting your discount. I've always got it that way. The last place it cost, what did I say, $2.83 per gallon. So let's see what this one comes out here. Well, we got to fill both tanks, so it's going to be a little bit. But after we get this all done, then I'll get back in the truck and we'll finish this whole segment of this video, and I'll show you what we paid per gallon. But just remember, just swipe your card and just go through the steps, make yourself up a truck number, because we don't really have truck numbers. Maybe you guys got a number you want to call your truck. I call mine 35, so because it's a 3500, okay? And then just make sure that you put your employee ID in there so that you get your discounts and everything. And finally, I'm out of there. Oh my God, I wanted to get a burger. I didn't know it was going to take 25 minutes to get a Wendy's burger. The lady in front of me could not figure out what she was ordering, and then when finally she figured it out, then her husband or boyfriend or something walked up there and changed the whole order, and then they turn around and, you know, can't even find the money to pay. I mean, I'm telling you, that's why I usually don't eat sandwiches like that, but you know what, I just wanted a burger. I usually just eat my sandwiches and stuff in microwave, but you know what, I wanted something hot and fresh. This is what you get, guys, right? But anyways, we filled up, and this one cost us $2.83 per gallon, okay? Basically, I snapped a picture of the gallons because what it showed on the pump and what they charged my card after it takes a few minutes. Then I went back in there, and then I just divided the gallons by the receipt, and I deducted the DEF, because I figured, you know what, I'll throw some DEF in here once, just so I can show that it cost me more for that DEF than the DEF that I have in the back. But that's a different video. It's cheaper to just buy the DEF at Walmart. Sometimes the convenience is good. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to pull that out and fill it up. But you know, use your Comdata card and use it at a pilot. And you know, I just got my diesel for $2.83 a gallon. 55, almost 60 gallons. It was almost 60 gallons. But we're back on the road, and we're trying. We got 204 miles to get to Rock Springs. And then I think another 100 miles after that or so to get out of the state. So that's what we're going to do. Wow, I actually made it to a rest area before it was dark. This is the first time on this whole trip. I'll turn this around, you can take a look. Yes, this is right when you get into Utah. So I made it to Utah. And this is where I'm spending the night. Check this out. And here's what we got, guys. Here's home for tonight. I mean, this is pretty cool, right? And I still have phone service. And we got our generator. I don't know if you can, it's pretty quiet. But all I do is I pull this seat up real quick, like that. Make sure I need anything out of here. All right, let's go like that. Throw that in there. Let's come around this way. And then I just tilt this seat up long enough to drop the bed. Let's move my razor out of there. Okay. Bring that up. And I'll put this seat back as soon as I drop it. Now, for all the people that think I climb through this area, no, I don't climb through this area. I just go right through the center because I always set. Oh, let's give it a little oof. I always just give it a little push, but I guess I'm getting tired. But see, then I just take this seat and I tilt it right back, and then I can sit here, watch TV or listen to music or whatever, and get undressed and take my shoes off and all that, and then I just crawl right up in there, guys. See? I mean, that's how it works. And then I gotta put all these up and that and get my pillows and blankets. But I mean, if you come up, let's get in here. It's gonna be dark for a minute, but let's get the light on. There you go. Okay. And I lay this way. With me, it works perfect. You can see what I'm saying? And as long as you don't get the covers up past here. But if you put anything up there, it automatically shuts off. But I think I'm gonna put a little cooler thing right there, and I'm gonna mount my other heater so it angles down like this. Mount it right up here and have it shoot down. At least that's the plan. But you know what? This works really good. I mean, I got 7 hours of sleep last night. I don't even know how that happened, okay? But I gotta get all the shades back in the windows and stuff. But this is home. And once I move those blankets like that, I make sure that's all moved out, as you can see. Okay, and then I'll come over here, plug this cord in, and when that heater kicks on, it'll kick that down. But let's find the remote for it. Sorry, I wasn't prepared, guys. I did not think I'll have to find the remote for it, but maybe it's over there on this stuff. I didn't think I'd make it in time. I figured it was going to be dark. But I thought, you know what, let's just grab the camera. Let's get this stuff out real quick just so I can show them. Oh, see? And I put all these little things up in there. Check that out. They hang my phone chargers and my noise sound machine, and it really works good. Let's see, I'll show you how this when you kick it on. Let's go and turn it on. Okay. Hear the generator? Okay, it's starting to blow heat now. It's blowing heat. And that's what the generator does. So that's what you got. I leave that open at night so it can vent real good. And come on over here. And once it gets the temperature, it'll just shut right off. And it'll kick back on probably every 30 minutes or so, depending on how cold it is. It's 40 degrees here, so I don't know how cold it's going to get tonight, so it might not be that bad. But let's go like that. Well, let's turn it off. Make sure it's off before I do anything. Come on over here. Let's put this up here, like so. Look at that, guys. I'm right here, and see? William's got his sandwich. Throws it in his microwave. Hear the generator kick up? Because I'm sure that I don't know what kind of wattage it's using, but look at that. And I got food right here. In Utah, in the rest area, I got a heated truck with a bed and a microwave. Who needs a camper, right? I don't need a camper. I mean, even though that truck costs twice of what this camper probably cost. That's what I got, guys. I had to show you this. I mean, like I said, all I need is a shower and a toilet, and I'd have it made. See if I got my sandwich hot enough yet. Let's take a look here. 4, 4, 2, 1. That might be fine. Just actually, that looks good, guys. Look at that. See? Dinner. Right here in a parking lot in Utah. Well, that one's empty. And of course, I got my tea. So I told you, you guys are going to see everything in these new videos now. William's not going to hold back. Get the tea all shaken up because I love my sweet tea. I think that's why we moved to Alabama, because I like sweet tea. And who said you have to rough it, right, guys? Look at that. Look at the steam coming off it. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Okay. Turn my microwave off. Let me know what you think of this new series. This is how we're going to do it all winter long. The only difference is Robin's going to be with me. Who knows what we're going to do out here. We might be playing in the snow in one of these videos, right? Just remember, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you like me and Robin, subscribe to the channel. And try to watch the whole video from the beginning to the end. Click on another one and watch some of that one. Pushes the video out so much better. If you guys look at the channel lately, the channel's really been growing. Robin's been watching everything out there. Our channel is like, our numbers are really good right now compared to all the other people that are doing what we're doing. If we can just keep that momentum going into the next year, February will be 2 years. February 14th, on my birthday, is when we started this YouTube channel. February will be 2 years, okay? I'm trying to get as much subscribers as we can by February 14th. So if you think William's a sweetheart, probably not. Robin, you guys think Robin's a sweetheart, so subscribe for Robin, okay? And always